Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your work week forecast for December 6th through the 10th. We're looking at a active weather week, although not too much in the way of significant stormy weather, except for today where we'll have quite a bit of rain, and then overnight we'll have some rain and wind, maybe even a thunderstorm this evening and overnight. But in terms of later in the week, we've got a chance for some light snow on Wednesday and another chance for some light snow on Friday. But right now, neither of those looks too significant. So let's take a look at what's going on radar to see where we're going to be for today. So we've got, as you can see, we moved through the first bulk of precipitation. That came through mostly as rain and some drizzle. We did have a little bit of sleet and freezing rain in some of the spots around Southern Vermont. If you're on a back road this morning that hasn't been treated, although I think most of the towns have probably been out and put down some salt and sand on those spots, you could be a little slick, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just be aware, walking out on your steps or something could be a little slick until about 9, 10 o'clock this morning when it warms up enough that starts to melt. So untreated surfaces essentially, but not really a huge deal. And then we're going to have, you can see that there's mostly dry here, but we're going to see that fill in with a few showers and definitely some drizzle throughout the day before we get into our main event, probably by late this afternoon into this evening and overnight, where this front will move through, will swing through with some heavier rain for a few hours, drop maybe as much as an inch of rain. And like I said, we could hear a rumble of thunder. Not everybody will, but it's definitely a possibility. It also gets breezy behind this front, particularly as the winds turn around from the northwest and we usher in some cold air. You can see that up over Minnesota here, we've got some temperatures below 0 this morning. So we're not going to see any weather quite like that. We are definitely, after we get into the warm sector here and get some warm air in here today, we'll be up near 50. But after that, we're going to swing that through and we'll cool off significantly for tomorrow and really for most of the rest of the week. Before we have a chance to warm up again, really next weekend. In terms of satellite imagery, to see what's going on a bigger zoomed out view, you can see our low pressure system here for today, which is well to our north and the front that it's trailing. And then to our west here, you can see a storm coming onshore across the Pacific Northwest that will lead to our next opportunity for some snow as well. We also see a little bit of energy on the southern jet stream that's perhaps going to get involved in that, but it looks like probably not enough in order to kind of make the storm stronger and have it ride up the coast like we were potentially seeing in some of the models last week that would have given us a pretty good snowstorm on Wednesday. Right now that looks unlikely. So in terms of what's going on the surface map today, you can see by midday today that storm to west has moved way far to our north. The warm front is way up into Quebec, and so that leaves us on the warm side with all rain. Like I said, you can see some thunderstorms, probably mostly to our south, but we could see a thunderstorm or two here across Southern Vermont. Wednesday, our storm is well to our south. Most of the models, a bunch of the models had the storm much closer to us as we were moving through the weekend, taking a track more like just 100 miles maybe southeast of Nantucket, which is well within the range of storm that could give us some precipitation. Some models even closer than that. Everything is trended well to our south, although we still have some time that this could creep back in our direction a little bit. It would have to creep quite a ways back in our direction in order to get us into more than any kind of light snow. And at this point, we're looking, when I say light snow, I'm thinking accumulation-wise, if anything, maybe an inch or two for some spots, unless you head to southeastern New England. So right now it's looking pretty insignificant, but that could change. Still a little time left in the models, and particularly sometimes when they swing like this, they'll swing back. Usually don't swing back the whole way, but sometimes they do swing back some. So we'll have to see what happens with that, and if anything changes, if this becomes a more significant event, I will certainly have a video up to let you know what's going to happen with that. And then in terms of the forecast, so today we're windy. We're up in the 50s. It feels like you'll be able to tell that the warm front has moved through. We're already well above freezing. We warmed up quite a bit overnight. And we'll have some, like I said, showers that will turn into much more heavy rain tonight as the front moves through. Windy, especially on the backside just after the front and when the front moves through. And then tomorrow we're much cooler. We're in the upper 20s for highs after really temperatures crash after the front moves through tonight. And we'll see some we will see maybe a few peaks of sun tomorrow afternoon. And tomorrow it's a good recovery day for the ski areas after have a rough day today. They will have a chance to blow a bunch of snow tomorrow. Won't be a great day to ski because it'll be windy, and also it's going to be hard packed after a day of rain. So Tuesday's not great, but by Wednesday, skiing should be pretty good again because they'll have a really good chance to make snow basically for about almost all the rest of the week for the most part for the ski area. So Wednesday, we're mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Probably don't see any sun, and then the light snow would come in probably in the late afternoon and overnight on Wednesday if we see any. Like I said, could see an inch or two. Nothing too significant, but enough to freshen the ground up with a little bit of snow and to put some snow in the air. Thursday, similar day to Tuesday. Where we're near 30 degrees and we see a few peaks of sun in the afternoon on the backside of a storm, not a kind of a weak storm. And then Friday, a weak storm heads in our direction with a little bit more light snow. We'll have to see on that storm quite a bit of time to figure out whether that's really going to be anything, if it's more than an inch or two, which at this point I would say it looks like maybe an inch or two of snow. And also temperatures there as we do start to warm up, and it does look like we'll have a warm weather system, unfortunately, for next weekend. Timing on that and exact details on that obviously still to be determined as we head in that direction. So in terms of our outdoor activities highlights, today's is rainy and warm, so not a good day to be out there on the mountain. Tomorrow is a good recovery day for the skiers, not a great ski day. But Wednesday, good early winter ski day. I think Wednesday will be a nice day to get out there on the slopes. Thursday as well, really nice. Could be a couple coating of an inch or two of fresh snow, kind of some hero snow potentially on Thursday. Sometimes that can be a lot of fun to ski in. And then Friday should be a pretty good ski day as well. Cloudy, a little bit of light snow in the afternoon, it looks like at the moment. And so just potentially could be a few travel issues on Friday. We'll have to wait and see really on that storm, whether it's significant or if it really is not much at all. So I'll get back to you with details on the Friday storm. I'll be back on Wednesday for my patrons with a look at the weekend forecast. And if you're interested in getting those weekend forecasts for the winter early, you can see how to become a patron and on the link below. And I appreciate my patrons who help support what I do here at the West River Weather Guy. Everybody else will have a forecast out on Friday, unless things change significantly for Wednesday's storm, in which case I would certainly get back to you with a video probably sometime tomorrow if we see a big change. All right. Otherwise, thank you, and we will see you on Friday.